it despite them knowing the ball was above them here. Going to be peeking, grabbing a health back, nothing fancy. Finally finds the auto. Their target has been selected, but the nade is applied as well as a pulse bomb. Oh my goodness, Golden Pants was target number one there, and they have succeeded in removing the target from the equation. This defense from Yuurei Mirai is looking strong right now.
So sometimes on ball you will feast and sometimes you will feed, right? Golden Pants did get a bit aggressive there, but in a perfect world you would think, okay, well at least my backline are following up on all that aggression. You know, Tracer's come back to stick me, Arna's here, Briggs here. Sure, there's a free opportunity for the rest of the team to go in, but it seems like the rest of Yuurei Mirai, they're able to hold off the big ballers just enough to prevent that from happening. Yibsa, however, I make their mark on the game felt once more.
We will have to see if they can make it happen here. That nano boost onto Santi though, but the minefield is just doing too much in the backline here. It's, you know, creating the space and everything they need. Zero trying to have some level of success with that Wrecking Ball duplicate. Doesn't seem like they're going to get it, and finally they're going to be finished up here. But meanwhile, this whole time, right, the payload's not moving despite Ballers winning this fight, you know, a while ago. So now there could be potential for one more touch.
There's potential. It would be dangerous right now. Yuurei Mirai are still split. It would have to be Cynics coming through with the rally to keep things contested. And you're walking into Balbox's own as well. Plus, Ace can nano any target at any moment to suddenly swing this fight.
And there's a nano itself, right? It's on to Golden Pants here, but Ace is now down. Both on is actually missing from the fight here. It's trades back and forth that are occurring here. At 3v3 on the point now, but the Brig has been found on both sides of the coin here, actually. And so the defenders, you know, it's just two of them left here. The Echo is going to drop incredibly low. Golden Pants seems like they're going to be able to chuck this one away. No health back there to grab actually means Golden Pants might have to hesitate a little bit in the face of this Winston, who just has the Tesla cannon constantly firing over and over again here. So now reinforcements are coming through for both sides here. Everybody's trying to get on these speedy respawns here. Like you said, the minefield is coming in, and it's going to be able to take Santi out of the fight here. And very similar situation. It takes them a lot of time, but finally Big Ballers burst through point A.
You're not holding out for a hero, you're holding out for a hamster tonight, and Golden Pants is going to be that one for you. Living for so long in that fight, getting picks onto stragglers all the while, and charging a minefield in the process to secure that fight as well. I mean, again, it feels disingenuous. There are so many strong pieces on the big ballers, but they are the ballers for a reason, and Golden Pants is certainly one of the best to do it until that happens. Feels like every time I try and sing this guy's praises, it just ends up getting hit with every CC in the game and exploding.
I mean, hey, listen, sometimes you do just get hit with every single CC and then some here. And it's just a matter of Yuurei Mirai has been adapting, right? They know to shut down this Wrecking Ball a little bit harder now, as that beautiful nade is going to try to be followed up with this engage from Sandy, but ultimately comes up with nothing. But that's fine. The defense doesn't lose anyone. They get just set up to do it again here in the next fight here. But Yibs is going to find their first one onto Piku here. So now Yuurei Mirai missing that Tracer player. It is going to see a duplicate from Zero over to the Cassidy. Having this cast in play, you know, it could throw people off for the moment. We will have to see as Santi actually coming up massively with the Primal Rage here. And now that Deadeye duplicate is going to come up with a third for the Primal Rage here. And Santi proving that Winston still got his groove.
Yeah, some monkey business coming out there from Santi. The Nano and the Primal. And again, you can just sort of send your Winston off on a solo endeavor. Wish him all of the best as he walks into the enemy's backline, just casually picks up a two-piece right there. But Yuurei Mirai, they did burn a lot of ultimates to hold there. It's just going to be a rally that they have to deal with, but at least in a perfect world, they don't have to think about Balbox's rally for a little bit longer now.
They don't have to think about it, is the hope and dreams here. While they are able to eliminate Desi, Big Ballers comes up with nothing else in this fight here. And now dipping below a minute, you're starting to see them panic a little bit, right? Very similar situation where Yuurei Mirai found themselves in. Heading into this next fight, you have tons of tools to work with if you're Big Ballers, so all is not lost just yet. But this payload still has a ways to go. The minefield now going to be the first thing dedicated. Golden Pants dropping it on the high ground. Bubble going to have to be used from Santi just to try to stay alive. He managed to stay alive, but not, overly too healthy here, especially with an anti-nade applied to both him as well as the Brigitte.
Ooh.
Nick's worse for wear here. Now it is going to be that Pulse Bomb ends up going wide here. Another beautiful slam, but it seems like Yuurei Mirai is able to weather the storm for the time being. They actually find Golden Pants in the middle of everything here. So now these support ults may have to be invested without their tank present here. You're seeing the heals come through from this anti. It's going to be the nano boost onto the Brig, trying to keep everybody alive in this small little garage, but they're losing time. Somebody has to get over to the objective, and they're going to finally do that next. A little too deep is going to end up going down at the hands of Balbox on the opposite time here, and it seems like Big Ballers is finally coming alive, and Nano Winston is trying to change destiny, though. It's a 3v3 on the point, make that 3v2. The duplicate plus the Nano Winston is trying to come up massively here. It's now 2v2 situation. No healers for either side. This Echo is getting pressured down, though, by Gibbs, who's forced the recall now. Now it's going to be speedy respawn for both sides here. Everybody trying to make it over to the point. And some beautiful stickies makes it so the Tracer is missing. Golden Pants on this Wrecking Ball. Already used the adaptive shield. Just has to stay on the payload. They cannot leave. Meanwhile, Santi's in the backline, removing down from the fight. The ball's been bursted down. The ball has been defeated. Yuurei Mirai does not regret their pick. It moves on to the next round.
Dude, what did they put in Santi's cereal this morning? What did they do in the break between? Did they just inject anabolic steroids into Santi and then say, here you go, here's some Winston? Just channeling some kind of inner spirit, some inner, I don't know, Goushway level performance there to just kill, I think, kill 3 in the last fight and end up killing the cast twice as well. Once in the initial fight, once from the respawn as well. That was spectacular right there. And when we were spending so much time talking about Golden Pants, talking about the strength of that Wrecking Ball gameplay, it had to be the Winston at the end, right? It made lore accurate sense. In the script that we wrote before this match, the CGL script that we write before every single game, we said we would talk about the Wrecking Ball from Big Ballers, and then Santi would go on to Winston and just take a boatload of creatine before the match and just win all of a sudden. Big Ballers successfully beating the Malga one-trick allegations, at least for the time being, going through in the upper bracket. Again, they were the favourites here today. Not an entirely unexpected result, but at the end of the day, I mean, the Big Ballers played them close, no doubt about it. A lot of those maps could have gone either way, and Big Ballers, I think that they are going to have a spectacular lower bracket run in them.
Yeah, I mean, that Wrecking Ball, it looked good here, but Yuurei Mirai able to prevail, maybe a pulling from a little bit of hazards. We saw the injection in the trailer earlier today. Maybe that's what they fueled up Santi with at the end there. But, while we could celebrate the success for Yuurei Mirai all day long, I'm sure they can do it much better than us. So, if you'll give us just a moment, we'll throw it to a quick break and we'll get our interview candidate in here from Yuurei Mirai to discuss just how great that victory was. So we'll be right back. Alrighty, like we said, there is a promised interview candidate. We have Zero, one of the DPS from Yuurei Mirai, with us. How are you doing after that match?
Doing pretty good, feels great to win.
Yeah, I mean, hey, can't argue with the results, of course, here. Going into that one, Yuurei Mirai did have their pick of the teams here, and you did end up choosing Big Ballers. Do you feel like they put up more resistance than you were expecting, or is this about what you thought?
I think they did pretty good. We kind of expected them to probably play a little bit worse, but they surprised us and they gave us a good fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, it's sort of in their namesake. You're expecting Big Ballers. They have the star ball player on their team. They're going to be playing ball for every single map. So as a team, do you try and sort of counter-comp around that, knowing that there's going to be the wrecking ball, or do you just prefer to play your own style and just sort of deal with the ball as it happens?
I think we do kind of have to counterpick around it. It also is very map dependent. Like once they lose a map and they can pick like a really ball strong map, I think you kind of have to counterpick.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense, and we kind of saw that on Blizzard World, where the team did struggle a little bit, but then over on Route 66, you end up going to the dive style, and it worked perfectly anyway, so good job on that. Now, that does put you through in the winner's bracket. You do get to the next round of the tournament. What are your expectations for your team? How far do you think you're going to be going in Season 14 CGL?
I think we're going to win it all. I'm pretty confident, but it should be pretty exciting. I'm hoping we get some pretty close matches.
How confident are you feeling?
I am pretty confident, I won't lie.
Okay. Well, we'll see if you can back that up in the future matches, right?
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, and I mean, speaking of those future matches, one thing, maybe give you a chance to say something here. Is there any team you're looking forward to facing? Any team you think that, like, oh, this is going to be a good game, or is it just easy rolls everybody else?
I think Big Man Ting will be a fun match. We already played on NO7, but it will be fun to rematch them as well if it happens.
Big Man Ting. Hey, listen, that's the official declaration. They gotta, see how their match goes, and they gotta meet you there. But before we send you on your way to celebrate, if any shout outs, anything you want to say, this is your open floor to do so.
I want to give a big shout out to Manix, because he gave one to me on CGL as well, so returning the favor. Easy go, and of course my team. Love the team.
Hey, listen, very simple, very elegant. Well, we appreciate taking the time to chat with us, Zero. Of course, we'll let you go celebrate with your team, and we look forward to seeing more of you in the playoff action.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, so Edgar, I mean, it's just, another match done here. We've already got 2 playoff matches in the books, so much more to go here for CGL. I mean, the postseason's just getting started.
Yeah, I mean, just getting started today, Zero, with our interview there. Clearly a man of very few words, but very impactful words as well. We do have 2 more matches today from the NA region. Bobcats and Arise versus, Scad, B Sports Black, and Cogent Endangered as well. I don't know what a Cogent is. I don't know if that's just like a fictitious concept as to something that is endangered, but hopefully they're able to put out a performance today which isn't going to endanger their chance of staying in this tournament. You see what I did there? You see?
Funny. Somebody laughed somewhere, I'm sure. But yeah, like you said, some great matches up ahead. But that's been all for me and Edgar for the time being. Of course, shout out to Hippie in the back room. Shout out to our observers. I think we had Echo and Mara on this one, bringing you all the action in-game. CGL staff, if it weren't for, us, the players, everybody, none of these matches would happen. So it's a great community, always fun. But until next time, we will see you all later.